guys, I get a lot of comments about how I do my son's hair, if he's good, if he's bad, if he cuts up. So I decided to just go ahead and do a video of me doing his hair. And I'm showing you what I use, and that's just oil and water. That's all I use in his hair because he is so little. I don't like to use a whole lot of product and chemicals. So I just use olive oil. You can use your choice of oil, whatever that may be, and water. So what I start by doing is just sectioning his hair in little sections. I'm not very precise. I don't use clips or nothing like that. I just use my hands and section out his hair. I spray it with water just to help me detangle, and I just go in sections and detangle his hair. And I'm very gentle when I do this. I take my time. I don't like to rush because then I just get rough when you rush. So I just take my time, section off his hair, and detangle and work my way throughout his whole head. And I just want to mention, you want to take some things in consideration when you're doing your child's hair. Whether or not they're crankier before nap time or after nap time. If they're crankier before nap time, then maybe you want to do it after when they're waking up from their nap. Or if they're crankier after their nap, maybe you should do it before their nap. So you just want to take small things like that into consideration. It'll make for a easier hair combing session. For him, he'll do anything, almost anything for a snack. So I just made sure his little goldfish cup stayed full. I didn't have to fill it up like 3-4 times. You can see me calling my sister in and out the room to get his snack. Now, I am pregnant in this video as well, so that's why I'm in the bed. You could do this in a high chair. He particularly doesn't like his high chair. It's just too much of a strain on my back when I do it in his high chair. So that's why we're in the bed. We're being comfortable. I'm still combing through his hair because that is the foundation of everything. You want to make sure you get all the naps, all the tangles, all that out before you go in with your style. And then I'm adding the moisture, so I'm adding the olive oil in his hair just to add moisture to his hair. And then I'm going to start braiding. And of course, you want to be as gentle as you can with this. You don't want to braid your child's hair too tight for a number of reasons. The most obvious being it's just going to be uncomfortable to them and it's going to pull their hair out. So you just want to make sure if you're braiding, doing a braid style like I am, you're not braiding too tight. Make sure you don't braid your child's hair too tight. You don't want to rip their hair out their head. And as you can see, he's being very good while I do this because I'm making sure I'm not braiding his hair too tight. You want to make this as pleasant as an experience for your child as possible. And you'll see in just a moment that he's just eating his goldfish and watching CoComelon. He don't have a bother in the world. I'm just being very gentle and making sure I'm not hurting him. Now I wanted to show another angle of me doing his hair so you guys can see that I'm not bullshitting. I'm actually being very gentle and he's not being bothered with it at all. And I think it's important that we make getting our hair combed such a positive experience for especially black kids, because we have to do their hair often and it requires so much moisture and it requires so much care that you don't want it to be a fight every time that you have to do their hair. And here he is starting to get annoyed with me just because he has to sit still, not because I'm hurting him or anything. And when he gets like this, I usually just let him go. I'll let him take a break. I'll let him get his toy or get whatever it is that he wanted to play. And then I'll just redirect his attention back to doing his hair. Now, like I said before, you want to cater this to your child's needs. If you know it's going to be hard to get your child to focus and get still again after you've given them that break, then maybe you want to give them a smaller break. Or maybe you just want to try to reinforce, okay, I'm doing your hair, let's sit still. Because not every child can take that break. I know now if I put him down and let him take that break, he's off. I'm going to have to be looking for him. And I might be doing his hair under the table somewhere or whatever it may be. But in this video, he is 10 months old and a break is exactly what he needed, because if I would have kept going, he would have just got more irritated with me and I would have never been able to finish his hair. I basically just do that process throughout his whole head. If I see areas that's drier, then I'll spray it with water, add some more oil, and I'll just braid it up and give him breaks whenever he seems like he's getting irritated or he needs to move around and get the jitters out. And then I'll just sit him back down and keep doing his hair, filling up his cup of goldfish and watching CoComelon. another quick break with hugs and kisses and just telling him I love him because he started to get real irritated with me. A little rock back and forth as much as I can, and I just stopped right here altogether and just let him have a breather, have a moment to himself before I started up again. Here I am halfway through his hair, well, more than halfway through his hair. He's still in good spirits. He wanted to play with the camera, so I let him. Ignore me. I had to do my hair too. I was just being very lazy. You know, I'm pregnant and I just was letting myself go. But we're going to go back to the baby. Look how cute his little slobbery self. So I think it took me about like an hour and a half just to do his hair, detangle and braid it down and everything. So it's a long process. It could take some time. You just need to be patient. So I hope you guys found some of these tips very helpful. Like I said, you just want to keep in consideration of your child's needs and what's best for them when you're doing their hair, just to make it a positive experience.